Interesting facts about the FIFA World Cup in Qatar 2022. FIFA 2022 was started on the 20th of November, and I know you've reserved time to watch all the matches. While you're waiting for the next match, I also know that you can't take your mind off what will happen next and who will win the game. So, to forget the stress for a moment, let me tell you some interesting facts about FIFA 2022. If you're updated with the history of FIFA, then I'm pretty sure that you know that this is the second World Cup staged entirely in Asia, following the 2002 World Cup in South Korea and Japan. Don't get surprised. Qatar is a nation in the Middle East that belongs to the Asian continent. FIFA 2022 is also the first World Cup to be held in the Arab world. Also, Qatar is the first Arab or Muslim country to host the entire event. Although Qatar has consistently competed in the AFC Asian Cup, this will be the first occasion it was qualified for a FIFA World Cup since its independence in 1971. FIFA 2022 is the last game of Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, two of football's all-time greats. Lionel Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo have dominated men's football for more than 10 years, taking home 12 of the award's 14 winners from 2008 to 2022. So FIFA 2022 will be their final World Cup appearance after a combined total of 21 outings for both footballers. For the first time, female referees have been chosen to officiate at the FIFA Men's World Cup. The 36 referees chosen for the competition include Stephanie Frappart of France, Slimu Mukansaga of Rwanda, and Yamashita Yoshimi of Japan. A total of 69 assistant referees, including Neuza Bach of Brazil, Karen Diaz Medina of Mexico, and Catherine Nesbitt of the United States, also traveled to the World Cup. One thing you can't ignore about Qatar is its hot climate. That's why FIFA 2022 became the first ever winter FIFA. The event has always been conducted in the summer months of June and July in every other host nation. But as heat in Qatar can be between 42 to 50 degrees Celsius in the summer, the game was decided to be held from late November to mid-December to avoid that unbearable heat. That's not the only measure they took to fight the heat. The games this time is in fully air-conditioned stadiums for the first time. Once a host country is selected, usually there are many stadiums for different games. But this time, the World Cup will be held in Qatar at only 8 stadiums, which is the fewest World Cup sites in recent history. Don't get confused, I meant recent history. In 1978, as Argentina hosted the World Cup, there have been fewer stadiums than there are this time around. They had only 6 stadiums. But the biggest news about these 8 stadiums is that only one of them underwent a complete renovation, while the other 7 were built from scratch across the nation. As I said, all of these 8 stadiums are air-conditioned, allowing spectators to watch in comfort while the athletes can play in pleasant surroundings. The Qatar Football Association promised to keep stadium temperatures below 27 degrees Celsius. There's more. They have automated offline judgments. VAR offline judgments will take 25 instead of 70 seconds, thanks to a semi-automated offside system that FIFA has approved. Each stadium will have 12 multi-tracking cameras put on the roof to monitor the ball and every player. So how much do you think FIFA 2022 will cost for Qatar? Yep, it's an astounding $220 billion. Hotels, motorways, and stadiums are just a few of the infrastructure they renewed and constructed for the 2022 World Cup. They also built a new airport, metro, highways, and a brand new city for the World Cup. So FIFA 2022 is the most expensive World Cup so far. This World Cup will cost around 15 times more than the one that was held in Russia in 2018. Roughly cost around $15 billion for Russia. It's 11 times more than the $20 billion invested of Brazil in FIFA 2014. If I give you another comparison, the cost of FIFA 2022 is 5 times as much the cost of the previous 8 World Cups combined. But as we all know, it must be nothing for a rich country like Qatar. Yes, it was a great amount of money to spend on a game, but in the long run, the country will get many benefits. Building infrastructure to welcome and accommodate visitors will increase their economic development. According to the Qatar government, hosting the FIFA World Cup led to the creation of 1.5 million employments across a variety of sectors, including hospitality, real estate, and construction. The game was anticipated to generate a $20 billion economic benefit for Qatar. However, according to the British newspaper The Guardian, more than 6,500 migrant workers died in Qatar while working on infrastructure projects for the World Cup. In terms of population and land area, Qatar is the smallest country to have ever hosted the World Cup. It's also the smallest country to hold an event of this magnitude, with a population of about 2.6 million and 11,571 square meters of land. So it's obvious that it will be very compacted. So FIFA 2022 in Doha, Qatar will also be the most condensed World Cup ever to take place. This is good in some ways, as unlike other games, the teams and spectators won't have to fly between games. Another interesting fact is that Al Bayt and Al Wakra, Qatar's two most remote stadiums, are only 90 miles apart. So traveling around this small country isn't a big hassle. Now let me tell you some odd facts about FIFA 2022. Controversies surrounding the World Cup 2022 in Qatar have been numerous. First of all, it has come under fire from the public following reports regarding the death of 6,500 migrant laborers, which I already mentioned earlier. According to the rumors, people who died working on the stadiums in Qatar included workers from Pakistan, India, Nepal, Bangladesh, and Sri Lanka. Also, between the Qatar Bid Committee and FIFA officials and members, there have been a number of claims of corruption. Both Theo Zwanziger and Sepp Blatter have stated that it was a mistake to choose Qatar to host the 2022 World Cup. FIFA initially stated that fans will have access to alcohol inside the stadium's perimeter before and after games. However, they changed the statement 2 days before the game. So the only beverages sold inside the stadium's perimeter are non-alcoholic beer and soft drinks. Despite these stadium regulations, alcohol is not banned in Qatar. However, there is zero tolerance for drinking in public, and being drunk in public is a crime. Fans have to pay €7 for non-alcoholic beer, while a bottle of water costs them €2.3. Alcohol is available to those who purchased hospitality boxes, but it's unlikely that many regular fans can do so, given the starting price is €19,000. Outside of the stadiums, fans can still buy alcohol in designated World Cup gathering areas or hotels, clubs, and restaurants with specific permits around the country. Anyone found to be promoting other religions or disparaging Islam will be expelled from Qatar. According to a U.S. agency, Qatar does permit limited non-Muslim religious activity in specific locations, such as the religious complex in Doha, but not all religions are treated equally. In Qatar, homosexuality is against the law. According to advocates, LGBTQ people in Qatar will have to face conversion therapy, harassment from authorities, and even jail. So there has been discussion about Qatar's position on the LGBTQ movement in international forums. If a pregnant World Cup fan travels to Qatar, they should be ready to present a marriage certificate if they require prenatal treatment. Men and women must both cover their shoulders, chests, stomachs, and knees according to dress codes in many public places. Tight leggings must also be covered by a long shirt or dress. Qatar got a lot of help from Pakistan for FIFA 2022. Despite not participating in the World Cup, Pakistan has still contributed significantly to this year's competition in two different ways. Pakistan produced around 1/3 of the total quantity of the Al Rila ball, which will be used in World Cup matches. Pakistan also reportedly dispatched 4,500 infantry soldiers to Doha in October for World Cup security. The theme for FIFA 2022 this time is the carbon-neutral World Cup. So Qatar aimed to host a competition using a 4-step procedure that includes awareness, measurement, reduction, and offsetting. This involves the use of recyclable materials, stadiums that are water and energy efficient, renewable energy sources, and the counterbalance of all greenhouse gas emissions. The inauguration started with a recitation of the 13:1 of Surah Al-Hujurat of the Holy Quran. O people, we created you from a male and a female, and we made you races and tribes, so that you may come to know one another. The best among you before Allah is the most righteous. However, BBC chose not to broadcast the opening ceremony, and it resulted in strong criticism. This is the first time that a major worldwide event has occurred without being covered by BBC. As you can see, FIFA 2022 in Doha, Qatar is not ordinary, and history will keep it as the most expensive World Cup among many other firsts of FIFA. That's it for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Press that like button if it did, and comment down your thoughts on it. Share the content to spread the good content. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing content. See you in the next one. Peace out.